Hello all my lovely souls, this is Sari, and you'll have to bear with me just a second, so I just need to fix the video settings. For some reason, off, decreased. Done. Let's see if that's better, that's a little bit better. Okay, so in between episodes I made some more infusers, because when you destroy the infuser you lose all of the power that you have from the redstone. You also need diamond and obsidian, so there's 3 metallurgic infusers and an osmium compressor and an extra solar panel. And I tried the coal generator, but it doesn't connect with mechanism for some reason. So basically what I worked on between then and now is all of these little tiny components for a digital miner. Oops, might help if I spelled it correctly. So I worked on all of this and it took me a very long time to do. And let's build it. Let me know if you want a tutorial on how to make all of this. Okay, so this thing mines a 32 by 32 area at maximum. I don't know if it requires a power supply. Let's set you up over here. Oh wow! Yes, it does require power. All is well. Okay, so I need to go grab one of these power supplies from over here. Oh, these trees are in the way. Let's take one of those solar panels. Just glide over. There we go. That'll generate some power. Oh, it's only got a small little tiny inventory space. And I need to make another axe for this. I don't really need it at the moment, I've got tons of wood. And I haven't put a roof on my house yet. Another chest full. So usually between episodes I have if I plan on building anything electronic, I put the parts all here in this chest and get it ready for us. I don't know how it will reject. Okay. Okay, config, woo, radius 10, start, is it running? Okay. Doesn't work like that, obviously. Okay, so it actually needs to be in the ground somewhere? Okay. Put the miner down. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. Off, it can silk touch. Might help if I give it some power as well. I'm in the same block as it. This is gonna be annoying. Okay, so it accepts the power from the solar panel. Oh, hello, Ender person. I need your Ender pearls. Oh, nuts. The rain made him disappear. I don't know how it works, to be honest. It doesn't really give any instruction on how this actually works. There's power. Okay, we did the digital miner, but I have no idea how to get it working. And I'm not sure if there is any actual instructions on how to do it. So let's just go change the weather to sunny a moment. Come here, door. Okay, now that we've done the digital miner, it was supposed to make mining easier, but I don't know how it's supposed to work. So let's have a look-see and see if I can see anything while I do some Google. I'm just going to pause the episode a moment while I look at that for us. Give me a moment. Okay, we're back. And I did a little bit of research on Mechanism, and I found that the way that you want to do this is you want to go into config, and you want to go into new filter and ore dictionary, and then you just enter the ore you want. So for example, ore redstone. Save, and then you can set what radius you want it to do, and then it'll then just click start, and there we go. Hey presto, the mod is working, and it says hello there. I'm happy that we finally got the miner working. It uses a lot of power though. Three coal, 19 redstone. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so that works. I'm really happy about that, as I've already said like 6 times now. It works so much better than progressive automation with the miner, but it is fairly high game in making. Just to give you an idea, the teleportation core, which you need 2 of them, takes this much. Yeah, it takes a lot. And the atomic alloy is the end of all the alloys, so that's why I have 3 metallurgic infusers, because you need redstone, you need diamond, and you need refined obsidian, or compressed obsidian to actually make it work. And it's still got 1,027 blocks to mine, but it's out of power. Yeah, but at least that works really, really well. I might just let it charge again and leave it run. Since it's daytime, it can charge its batteries because I've got a solar panel on it at the moment. Okay, so we did a little bit of work on modular storage from RF Tools in the beginning, and I was hoping to find some Endermen to make a remote access, but for some reason the Endermen are very scarce and few and in between in my world. We finished working, as far as I can tell, with flex beards for the time being, and we did some digital clockwork, which we found that the sword didn't really work very well. It didn't really give much damage, so I'm just going to have a look and see what we could work on next. We could work on blood magic if you guys wanted to, or we could work on, what's it called, apple milk and tea. There's some really good things in the mod there. Equivalent exchange, I've never actually played with that before, but that might be interesting to play with. Ender pouch, you need an ender pearl for it, and I would have done an ender extra utilities quarry, but as I said, with ender pearls being so few and in between, it's hard to get that. And let's have a look. See, I need to defeat the wither eventually. All the micro blocks to go through. I need to finish off my roof, which I'll do between this episode and the next. And then we need to go collect some animals and start a farm, because at the moment I'm not doing a very good job with that, because I just kill things as they come. Oh, a circle-like item, impossible objects, interesting. Or the facades. There's a few textures missing there. Oh, come on. There's also a cascade as well. Did you guys want to look at that? Or we could also look at... We don't want that. Where is it? Descent into darkness, delving into darkness. I've never actually played with that before either. I haven't looked at the Magician's mod either. I think it's called MRU. It uses these micro blocks. There's so many of them. Is there a way to filter them off? Yeah, there is, but I'm just being lazy at the moment. Oh my god, micro blocks. Why do we need so many? There's also Galactic Craft. We tried to get into that on Little Richie mod pack, but unfortunately that mod pack is broken at the moment. Well, for me it is anyway. There's also Garden Core or Garden Stuff. I've never actually played with any of that either. So we could play around with gardening if you guys wanted to. There's also geckos, lasers, laser relay. Well, there's lasers in this thing? Interesting. Resonant wide mining laser. Hardcore Ender expansion. We haven't been to the end yet. So we can't do any of that. Immersive engineering. Haven't played with this either. It should be a better source of power, wouldn't it? Engineer's workbench. Engineer's manual. A book and a lever. Sure, I've got some downstairs. Let's go. It's still only me currently on the server, but I don't mind. I also have to go and kill the androids to complete the quest for the mad scientist. I can do that between the next and the overviews. So we now have all of the engineer's manual. So pause. Diggity dig dig dig. You always wanted to copper ingots. Oh, this is for wires. Alright, so it looks like it'll probably be immersive engineering that we'll get into, because it will give us a better power supply than those solar panels, because I want to get into wind or water power from immersive engineering. It looks all really good, and so I'm going to need a lot of materials. Let's have a look and see what it takes to make some of these things. Let's go back. Blast furnace, steel constructions. Don't need that. Biodiesel. Or pressing. Introduction. Greetings, fellow engineer, and welcome to Immersive Engineering. This journal shall serve as your guide for setting up all new machines and functions this mod has to offer. Let's start with the basics. Immersive engineering is built around the concept of retrofuturistic generation and transfer of energy. The energy used in this mod is redstone flux, which is the going, a trait shared with many other mods currently available. Energy is transmitted between connectors by the use of wires. Wires can only bridge a limited distance of blocks, so you will need to use more connectors as relays between the wires. You have the choice between 3 different wire types, which differ in transfer rates. To switch between different types, you will need to use transformers. The engineer's hammer is the most important tool at your disposal. It will be used to form multi-blocks like the coke oven and blast furnace, or configuring blocks like wooden posts. This is really interesting. Treated wood. Okay. Let's have a look at the windmill. We're going to need treated wood, so we need kerosene oil. That also needs treated wood. How do you get creosote oil? A coke oven from making coal coke. Okay, interesting. And how do you make a coke oven? Oh, the lap block looks interesting as well. Coke oven. The coke oven is the first important thing. Oh no. This looks very, very similar to... what's it called? How you build a smeltery in Tinker's Construct. But it's sandstone instead. Interesting. We'll need the engineer's hammer. And it looks like a 3 by 3 by 3. So it's a 9 square object, which makes it interesting. So we'll need the engineer's hammer before we get to that. So I'm going to need to go find some string, and I'm going to need to get a few other objects ready. And I'll also be looking at your guys' comments to see what mod you guys want to see from this pack. So I know this episode might be fairly short, but we got a lot done, and hopefully by the next time you see me I'll have this roof finished. And thank you for coming, my lovely souls. Have a good day.